deep in their own territory. They go play action here on first down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Lavonte David from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Eluding the pressure right. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down. And
on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And his guys are going to have a 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they held them out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And this one is right through. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is a
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. First down, this is Rawls. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now he'll escape to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik McDowell coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. On second down, here's Fournette. And he's got some space here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded inside the 5. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Wilson now off the bootleg. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson going to Rawls on the dump off. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They go play action with Wilson. And an alley to run. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Now a toss. This is Rawls. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Play action. Now Wilson steps away. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. From the shotgun, Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. Man open, it's It's Cup. He's got it. The 13 yards that time at a first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 20! Touchdown, LA! A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, you got 3. Come on, let's go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Wilson to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Check down, 81, 81. Hot, like clean. Single slot.
Here's Goff now on second down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. They start on the ground with Rawls. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Michael Brockers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective, they had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we can see this thing pile up as we go on.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Number 66.
The second down carry for Irvin. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
The Rams on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is third down and 12.
Here we go. 20. Mike 96. Mike 96.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Again they run. Again it's Irvin. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. That's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Walsh is going to miss this one. That is no good for Walsh. Wide off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.